What is it you're waiting for? What are you waiting for to step into your bold, beautiful life? Step into your life boldly. That's probably a better way of putting it. What are you waiting for? What if this is all made up? All of it. And we get to just choose moment by moment to step forward into life, with life, through life, lovingly, passionately, with a feeling of excitement and a sense of support and groundedness. These are all things that are only available now. That's it. Right here, right now. I heard a story of a movie or a book. Not sure if it's a true story. Heard someone else talking about this story of a woman who gets a terminal diagnosis and completely transforms who she is. Goes from timid and reserved and shy, they're all the same thing, aren't they? To bold and courageous, stepping into the unknown with courage. Because often the unknown is associated with fear. Can't help it. Our minds are programmed that way. And there are ways of dissolving that, and we get to choose every single moment. I had a conversation with a client yesterday, and we were talking about how our feelings don't need to affect who it is we're being. Now, I'm not talking about a spiritual bypassing or a suppression of emotions here. It's beyond that. We get to feel all our feelings, 100%. We get to embrace all the parts of who we are. Absolutely. Nearly swore there. And I can be feeling a certain way in a moment and choosing to be who I create myself to be, because it's all made up. For example, in this moment, I've got some discomfort. Not feeling inspired in this exact moment. I have some ick going on, and it doesn't mean that I can't show up and share ideas that are useful and true for me as a possibility for you to open your mind to another way of seeing and being. When we have things that we're committed to, then our feelings become irrelevant to that commitment. I must show up regardless of how I'm feeling, regardless. because I'm committed. I'm committed to myself. And that's the piece that people miss. We think we've got to follow our feeling. I feel angry right now and there's nothing I can do about it, so I'm just going to be angry. And I kind of get why I'm angry. I'm angry because this belief or this pattern or whatever it is. And it doesn't shift it. And when acting in alignment with those feelings, generally doesn't create what we want, what we desire, just creates more of that feeling. And then we talk about the feeling and the reason we're feeling the feeling, and we reinforce that feeling of unwanted. And what if you get to choose whatever you're feeling, to follow through on your commitment? Because I tell you what, when you make commitments, when you make big commitments, there's gonna be moments where you just don't feel like it. Now you can apply that to business, you can apply that to relationships, you can apply that to parenting, anything, everything. Just don't feel like it. And if you want to continue to evolve and expand and grow into more, then get to meet those feelings. I'm not talking about pushing them down. I'm not talking about rejecting or avoiding. Get to allow the feeling to be there and make a choice about the action. My feelings don't dictate my actions. They don't dictate my being, who I choose to be. And then we get to create time and space to really allow whatever those emotions are, energy and motion, right? Emotion, to come up and out and complete. The way my mentor had suggested this was, you know, if you're sad, put on a sad movie or a sad soundtrack. Tap into that and really be sad. Create the time and space for it. If you're angry, there's many practices that you can do to get the anger out. Punching a pillow and screaming and doing FUs or whatever wants to come up. It's so useful to use your voice when expressing anger. And anger is not one of my particularly, it's not one that comes up for me very often. Anger. And when I create time and space to just choose to be angry, I feel lighter. And in the meantime, it doesn't need to bleed into my relationships. It doesn't need to bleed into my life. Because I'm allowing the feeling, I'm noticing it, I'm holding space for it, and I'm choosing to stay committed, to stay in my power, to lead myself. And we all get to do that. It takes time and skill and commitment and willingness, because it can feel easier, right, to just follow that thread, to fall down the rabbit hole, to keep doing what we've always been doing. And if that's working for you, then that's great. And there's another way. And I love sharing these ideas. I love sharing this work with people, because it's transformation in action. And the lightness that is created from that is, it's a gift. It's such a gift to be on the journey and to be part of the journey for others. I'm about to have time up on my phone, so I better call it there. Loving you. See you tomorrow.